Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing well. And today, my friends, we're back with a live showdown here in Age of Empires 4. So it's going to be a Chinese mirror match. Let's get this party started and have some fun. So first things first, usually you just want to gather up all the sheep. And man, there are a ton of sheep around here. Obviously, queue up a couple workers here. But this is going to be plenty of sheep to keep the Chinese culture going for quite some time. We're also going to build gold here. So to advance to the second age in this game, you basically just need golden food. So what I tend to do in the first age to get a very, very rapid tier 2 is just focus on those two resources. As soon as I start teching up to the next tier, from there, I then switch to wood. And usually at that time, I have enough to, kind of get things going. So we're going to go scout and see where our opponent is. Switch a couple guys to gold. And basically, okay, it looks like my opponent's typing something here, but to get to the second age, you only need 200 gold. I don't know why this rally point isn't working. I guess I didn't set it properly. What's really cool about China as well is they do have a bonus to building speed, so they build much faster than other cultures. Therefore, you can actually tech up quick. This kind of helps compensate, in my opinion, for China's relatively weak early game, but overall, it's not the biggest deal in the world. So you can see how quickly he built that house compared to like the English or any of the other cultures that we do have access to. So, Lord of the Sheep, going to keep hunting down the sheep. There's my opponent's scout. Looks like he does not have too many sheep with him, and you can actually move the sheep. So we'll move them down to be a little bit closer for our pals there. In my experience with China, you really just want to get tier 3. That is where you shine. That is where you live your best life. So I think that's enough on gold. So what I like to do with my build order, which isn't perfect right now, is as soon as I get 200 gold here, I actually switch them onto food. And then we just start focusing on that. So some nice hunting camps near us. 2 sacred sites on this map. This is the Black Forest. It's actually my first time playing this. So now that we have that, I switch and then I put them all on food. Man, we have a ton of sheep. So I'm going to drop the sheep and then from there I'm going to go scout and see where my opponent's base is. So currently we're getting 200 per minute in terms of resources there, which is nice. We're going to herd the sheep back by hitting the Q button and clicking on our town hall and just kind of keep living our best life. So our opponent is here, not getting too many sheep. So we should have a decent little sheep advantage. The sheep meta is upon us. All right, so let's go look around the map. Herd the sheep over here, go to town hall, make sure to keep perpetually building workers. This will probably be the last one we'll build. What I want to do is get tier 3 before my opponent, get the Chinese siege technology via their landmark, which is incredibly good, and do a push with the nest of bees before my opponent gets that. So we're about to get this. Barbican of the Sun is useful against rushes, but overall the Imperial Palace is a little bit more of a useful building. It depends. If you're playing against England, for example, and they're going to be longbow cheesing you, which is like probably one of the cheesiest openings in this game, you basically want to, act accordingly here. So now we need to start getting some lumber. So we're going to go set up lumber mill. We can pull a couple workers here and have them help and then go start on the wood. But we need to find our opponent's base. Okay, that's to scout down here. I've never played this map before, so this is the Black Forest, which is a pretty cool one. All right, looks fine. So we're going to get on some wood and we can go ahead. We got 5 there. Let's go around the top. Okay, so he has an early barracks at tier 1. Interesting. Pretty heavy on the lumber. So what I think is going to happen here is I'm going to be ahead of my opponent on tech, but he's going to get some early aggression. So what I'll probably do is get some horsemen. Even though that seems counterintuitive against a spearman, I could also go with archer play in the beginning. I just need to hold him off while I basically tech up. That's the jam. So, all right, let's go just kind of keep seeking out sheep around the realm. You want to do sheep for a while there. And I think we're okay. Let's actually take 2 of these lumber workers and go on gold. We have gotten tier 2, so let's get you guys back on food. And now our split looks okay. Got to make sure we keep doing the business here. We'll get a taxman in a second to get that extra gold. And it looks like there is some fishing possibilities on the shore, which is quite nice. We could even build a harbor and do that. But I think going archers are like a hard counter to spearmen. Spearmen have light armor, therefore they just get absolutely destroyed. It's just straight punishment. Go with the marketplace. Do we have trading posts? We do actually have trade posts, so marketplace would be nice. But first I'd like to get some archers so we can support that whole situation. So we should have enough in just a second for an archery range. Let's do this. Let's get the taxman coming. And archery range, come on, turn in that lumber. There you go, buddy. You got it. I believe in you. Cool. So base layout, probably not optimized, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. So we are back. Let's go ahead and explore the bottoms of the map. Food is currently fine. We'll get a little bit more lumber and try and set up a hunting camp, or we could just go fishing. That might be a good idea. I don't know. I think the water goes around the edge of the map here on this one. Again, I haven't played this map yet, so it's the first time. So anything within the aura of influence of this building here is going to be giving us extra taxation, which, nice for me, not so nice for my people. But, I guess in the end, it benefits them, right? Let's get another house. Thankfully, with China, if you do get supply blocked, one of the coolest things is you can basically get out of it very, very quickly. We have reached population capacity, but the units will still continue to build, and then it will just be released basically once you, get through that supply cap, which is nice. All right, so the taxman's doing his thing, and we are getting the benefit from the Imperial Academy. I don't know if my opponent's gone tier 2 yet, which is interesting. I mean, there's no way he could bust with just spears, unless he does like a really haggard all-in of some sort with like outposts. I honestly don't know how that would go for him. Let's go scout and see what he's up to. We've kind of got a lay of the land, so I'm feeling okay. We definitely want to hit the lumber hard so we can get like a marketplace. So I'm just going to keep 2 on gold. That in tandem with the tax guy should give me enough gold to get where I want to go. We need 600 gold to get to the next age here. So let's go see how many spearmen he's rocking. Is he building walls? Okay, he's got spears. Spears will get destroyed by archers, so we'll definitely put some early pressure on once we get like 5 archers. Let's go around the top. Here's one sacred site. Here's the other. We could go for a sacred victory. China's pretty good at defending those if you do build like a keep. Get your artillery going. There's a lot to be had there. So do we want to get these upgrades? I don't think so. I think saving the gold for the next tier is more important. And we can cancel this for now. Let's take the archers over there and go do a little bit of an attack. So yeah, seems good. We got 11 on lumber, a little bit heavy duty. Let's switch some onto these. And do we want to get a marketplace? Market could be good. Although food probably needs to be amped up a little bit. So let's go ahead and build a dock here and get like fishing boats and workers just, taking advantage of that little coastal situation. Pretty cool map, actually. I really do like the maps. I definitely enjoy them. All right, so heading up, let's get another house. Houses are good for our people to live in, obviously. Most obvious statement of 2021. And our scout, I think that's all water up there, honestly, which is pretty cool. Obviously, you're not going to run out of lumber on this map. All right, so now we're going to start banking for the next tier. Mostly, we'll do a little bit of harass here, just kind of poke in. I'm really hope he doesn't have cavalry. I don't think he does, which is a good sign. And man, sometimes the rally points with like the sheep can be very weird. Get some on gold, move in. We have a trading post, so let's go ahead and do this and get the fishing boats. Oh God, bad micro. Wasn't paying attention. Not a big deal. We should be able to get several of these guys. A little scoot and shoot. Never hurt anybody. Yep, we got one, which is good. And then we can even pursue. If he wants to run, he's going to take some losses. Spearmen usually do get punished pretty bad by archers, so hopefully we can pick off a couple more. Yep, looks like we got that one. Very good. So we didn't lose anything. Thankfully, we reacted in time. So let's get a big fishing economy. That should help us. A little StarCraft scoot and shoot. Boom. Boom. We can pull this guy back. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Fan out the archers. Little StarCraft 2 Marine micro. All right. Looks very good. So yeah, we punished him pretty good there. So now I think that we've punished his fleet. We can just kind of... Yeah, he's going Palisades, which is totally fine. If he's going to turtle and let me have map control, I'm more than happy to do an expand. So he did a very late tech here. All right, pulling back. We look fine. In terms of our food, we're now at 370, so our fishing fleet is doing an excellent job, really getting a lot of that out of that. And I think we need 600 to go to the next age. So the astronomical clock tower is 100% to play. 100%. It's very good. We can even proxy it and build it closer to our opponent's kind of situation if we want to. Let's go ahead and get a blacksmith here. We can upgrade a number of things. And now, something with China I forgot to mention is they do have the dynasty system. So as you build different combinations of landmarks, you can unlock like repeater crossbows. But I'm not going to go for early dynasty play, though it's very good for macro because it does reduce villager production time. I'm going to be going just hard for tier 3 here, which I believe requires quite a bit of food. So we're going to go ahead and set up a marketplace back here. Looks fine. The archers can poke around, but honestly, I'm pretty content to just sit and chill. Our food has got to be good. Yeah, it's up to like 400 right now, so we can get even more fishing boats. And for you guys, let's just build another house here. And I'm saving the gold again for the dynasty play. How much do we have? Yeah, we can afford to do the broad axe to get our lumber production increased. And do I want to do this? 175. I think we have enough time to do this before our food reaches the 1200. So we're going to get those macro upgrades. Wood is very important here once you get tier 3 because basically that's what pays for your Hellstorm rocket batteries, as we like to call them in the Total War community. But cool, archers are chilling. I could go poke at the wall, but I'm pretty content here. I think we're just going to play really relaxed. Continue fishing here and get tier 3 in a second, which 1200 food. We do have a marketplace. Do I have enough gold to trade for it? So yeah, I don't think we need to. I think we'll have it here in a second. So let's go ahead and take a couple of you guys and we can set up a little forward hunting camp. So we'll set up a mill and get them hunting deer. That will give us a nice spike in food. Over here, we can keep spending the lumber on fishing boats, but I think that's going to be the last of it. I think after that, we're going to just completely save our lumber for the Hellstorms because they cost 300 apiece. So the archers did very well against the spears. He's tier 2 now, which means we could be seeing cavalry. We could be seeing any number of things, just like early horsemen. But I think we should be okay. Honestly, not feeling too threatened. After we basically got all of his spears early, I often don't like to build spears at tier 1 unless you're really worried about like an all-in rush. Let's say you're like facing the Mongols, which of course aren't in this beta. It can be a little bit problematic. So double broad axe is complete. We need 1,200 food, so just a little bit more. Archer's going to go see if he's building a tower or something. Just kind of feel it out. And now we can build the clock tower. So we're going to actually power build this. We're going to pull like a bunch of workers. China's really, really good at this. You can really get some solid value. All right, so they finished that. So now they can head on over to the hunting camp we've established. Oh, archers are here. A little bit of sloppy micro. Sorry, guys. It's quite late at night. So he might pressure me here. As such, I'll just build a couple extra archers and just pull back. Not really too threatened, to be honest. I could build a defensive building. Boom, boom. We could also build the Barbican of the Sun. And our hunting camp here, you know, the one thing, since this is such an important aspect of our food economy now, I think I'm going to build an outpost there just in case he patrols his army over there. You know, I don't want to be caught in harm's way. So let's also get a barracks so we can macro out some troops. We're going pretty low on the macro. Once the astronomical clock tower is done, let's go ahead and pull this back. What are we missing? 300 wood. We have 13 guys on wood. Should get that very, very quickly. And as soon as we get that, we can really, really press this guy. We have a huge fishing economy. Yeah, definitely nice. And then once the camp kicks in here, we should be good. So let's get a couple of you guys hunting over here. Let's get the Hellstorm rocket battery, or the stinging clock tower nest of bees, as it's actually called. And we can upgrade our archers to veterans, and we're going to get men-at-arms, or as they are in China, a unique unit, the Palace Guard. So they're tough infantry with good damage and move faster than men-at-arms, but reduced armor. But yeah. Just a solid kind of alternative here. Basic archers, he doesn't have armor himself. We'll upgrade our ranged attacks, and now our timing push is coming into full effect. So with China, again, if you guys are new and you're trying them out, I would highly recommend the tier 3 timings. They're very, very strong with this faction. So we need 300, 300, a little bit tight there. Let's go ahead and, yeah, the gold economy is going. The taxman's, he's working his hardest, but let's get a second taxman to really maximize this. Keep the archers coming out, get the Palace Guard moving as well. You can see they're pretty cool. I believe they have like a splash attack or something. The Nest of Bees is out. Typically my timing, I like to run 2 of them. So I could have been a little bit more optimal in terms of that. But our hunting camp is secure. We have an outpost here in case my opponent gets a little bit crazy. If our timing fails, what we do is then pin him in his base. And we just, I think the Palace Guard are what were actually causing us that. So do we have enough? 300? Perfect. So once we get the second one, we go. We have veteran archers. We also do have our first ranged upgrade finishing. And I feel like I'm in a pretty good position, so I don't need to necessarily like wall and, you know, spend resources on that. Something you can do, though, is get, yeah, you can do the double taxman now. We're 430 per turn, which is actually pretty good at this point, and also 700 food, which is really, really solid. So keep them coming. Basic archers. He just has spearmen and archers, so we don't need to get crossbowmen. Keep the Palace Guard coming out. And we'll push up in a second. We'll bring some workers as well, because typically if you're going to get aggressive, you want to... Ooh, we could do a Barbican rush. That's actually quite nice. Yeah, so let's go ahead and bring some workers. That will also unlock the Dynasty, which gives us access to repeater crossbows. So as soon as this finishes, we're going to go ahead. We'll pull 2 workers, put them in group 2. And 1 and 2, and let's go ahead and move. So unfortunately, our artillery is very slow. That's one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to proxy. But this does give us more time to bolster our forces. All right, great. So... we can build the religious building as well. This gives us a secondary win condition in case we want to basically, yeah, let's start mining some stone here so we can build like a keep if we want to and like really defend the sacred sites and win that way. So you want to, I'm not all in here. Definitely have the tools to put in some heavy work. Let's gather our army here before we advance. We'll build the Barbican as a forward fortress. And do we want to do hunting techniques? I feel like we don't really need to. Okay, there's his army here. So he's doing a little funny business. Now his army's decent. Ours is definitely better, especially once we get our Hellstorms here. So that's the one thing he's got going for him. It's pretty nice. Yeah, we could build our own Barbican right here. So let's go ahead and build this like so. Looks good. Let's get that going. And we need to go ahead and move up the army now. So let's move up. And we're going to go potentially for sacred sites. Let's move here. We have another Hellstorm coming. And our Barbican is going to... The front is being established. This pins him into his base, though. You guys are going to see how much of an advantage these Hellstorms give me. Like 1 or 2 volleys is just going to flatten this guy if he doesn't micro his units. All right, so let's hold position. Yeah, look at the splash damage. Oh, brutal. Yeah, he's going to have to pull back or he's going to lose his whole army. Plus, men-at-arms absolutely wreck spearmen. So, yeah, that was some serious destruction right there. He's sending in some reinforcements, but at this point, I think it's too late. I think he's going to pay the iron price. All right, let's take out his fortress. We have our own fort building, which is going to unlock some dynasty play. As far as the base goes, is there any macro we really want to do? Firstly, we'll get this fort up so we can fall back if we have to. Pull back the troops. And he's garrisoned in there. So let's just kind of keep bombarding it here and pull back, and we'll get our own fortress and just kind of set up a front here. So now our religious building should be done. So let's go ahead and get you guys going. I did supply block myself like an absolute newbie. That's all right. We're, everybody's just getting into this game now. So let's go ahead and do this. Set up a bunch of houses. We actually unlock the village, which is a really cool building. It gives you 40 supply, and it doesn't take up as much space. So let's get the Hellstorms under here. Our Barbican of the Sun is about to finish. We can start raining some hot fire on these units, and that's great. So now we can build a siege workshop, and yeah, just do our thing, man. Let's get some more of you guys going there. I think he's actually in range to counterfire me, which is interesting. I guess the range on these Hellstorms isn't too crazy. Is he getting the repeater crossbows? He is. So he went with early dynasty play, which in my experience gets countered pretty bad by the early artillery, right? So we'll get some like traditional artillery. We have the monks coming out. The monks should be able to capture some sites for us. And we can set up like a forward operating post here. So a couple workers are done. Let's go ahead and set up you. And we have a third artillery piece. And it looks great. So now we can build the village too if we want to. Let me go ahead and show you guys. So the village here, that's the Imperial Palace. Village is going to get built here. And that will increase our supply by 40 and should pretty much handle most of our early game here. So do I want to just capture the sites and win? Certainly an idea. The Imperial Palace is another unique building. I don't know if I need to go to tier 3. The palace is pretty cool because it does give you line of sight on all of the enemy's goodness there. We could set up the stone operation is going. We could expand. We need 400 wood for that. I feel like our wood is what really needs to happen. We'll build another mill there to basically keep the distance a little bit tighter. And the priest should be finishing soon. So yeah, the monk. So he can go here. And then the other monk can go capture this site. And basically we just trap our opponent in his base right now and react to anything he's doing. What we can do to protect each holy site is to build a keep. He's gonna have to get through this to get the holy site here. I could probably just break through, honestly, but I think this is gonna be easier. So honestly, we're kind of close to getting tier 3 as well. Do we build the Imperial Palace? I don't think so. So we're capturing a sacred site, which is nice. Let's go ahead and grab an idle worker. The idle worker can go build an outpost there. I could even wall it off, which would be pretty funny, but we're just gonna build an outpost for now. I can't, so how else can he get through? Yeah, he can go north here. So what we need to do up there is do the dreaded Age of Empires keep. So we're going to build a fat keep right there. And that should be able to pin him in, and then he's just going to be in trouble. Yeah. Wood economy is improving because we built it closer. You need to do that as you advance up. Yeah, so let's just get our macro going. Let's get all the upgrades here. We can upgrade our palace guard as well. We'll do armor and range just to kind of synergize together. And China can build keeps really, really fast, which is very nice. We're a little bit tight on resources. Let's go ahead and get some gold economy. Our taxmen are kind of slacking a little bit. We'll pull some lumber and get them on the gold. And we have a ton of workers queued up, which is a little bit newbie, but it's okay. Not a problem. All right, so this is coming along nicely. Both sacred sites are going to be captured, so that will then trigger a 10-minute victory condition, which we should be good there. Yeah, he just got Castle Age. He just got tier 3. So we're going to build these springballs? I don't know how to say that, but they basically, and from here, let's just make his life even more miserable. Build a gatehouse, trap him in. I'm pretty sure he can go around somehow, but I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, China builds walls so fast. I mean, of course, Great Wall and all that stuff. So we'll just put these guys to use after this. They can build this and then just, farm wood there. Here, we're going to continue. Ooh, trebuchets. Yeah, you know what? Let's actually just get trebs. Because then we could just, put a ton of pressure on his castle. We need to also macro up and have, a standing army kind of active. So let's go ahead and set you guys up. We need to get our ranged business online, so let's set those up, and then we can set up some barracks once you get a little bit more wood. Food's doing fine. We're gonna have to switch to farm economy soon. It is inevitable. So the monks can come join the main army. They do, of course, provide healing. This monk can stay up here. I don't think Homeboy is going to be able to get through here. We're going to build some defensive emplacements, and these guys are just doing the work, getting that wood. Tier 4 China is pretty good. You can definitely get some strong artillery because they get the alchemy upgrade for free. Don't really care about spearmen. Doesn't seem like my opponent's going cavalry. And for you, let's get barracks. Nor am I going to go cavalry. On this map, this is a choke point map. So basically, we want to just, let's just bombard this. This is so nice. We'll get the speed upgrade so our little Hellstorms can move faster. We have this. So let's go ahead and set them up in group 4 here. And then we can get the archer ranges in 5 so we can macro. Repeater crossbows could be fine, but I think basic archers are honestly going to do the trick. 3, 4, and yes, we'll get some men-at-arms coming out as well, or the palace guard. So yeah, we have a sacred site victory. I could go try and jack this relic. Oh man, I want it. I want the relic. Okay, they're safer relics. Sorry guys, I should have been doing that. I'm just so focused on, really trying to trap them in. we're going to get the relic there, and then Homeboy up top can grab the relic here, which it does give us constant gold income, and the monks can run it back to the temple, which will be good. We'll get another Hellstorm rocket battery. We have 8 workers idle. They can go ahead and switch on over to lumber, so we can sustain our artillery efforts. And he's going to have to do something, or else he's just going to straight up die here. Do we want to build a gatehouse here? We can build a gatehouse. That's fine. Yep, the bombarding is happening. It's going to be going down. Let's build up a doomsday force and just keep... Oh, do we need crossies at this point? You know, we can mix in a couple crossbows. I think that's fine. No problem. Monks are taking the business back to town. Let's set up a hunting camp here and just have them get on the deer. Yeah. Is he repairing it? It doesn't look like he is. Oh, he's got a trebuchet of his own, but I mean... Trebuchet isn't going to alone do it. He's going to have to... do we want to like push up and see if we can snipe his treb? Yeah, I don't want to give him any freebies. Just finish this off. Alright, switching you guys here. Let's see if we can... I do have the artillery speed advantage. Alright, we're going to just go in with the Hellstorms. I don't know what kind of damage they do against enemy. Okay. Oh, the timing of that. Man, brutal. Okay, let's get back. Attack with these. Pull the Hellstorms back. And then you guys attack as well. And now we can turn and shoot with these. And this is just going to Shrek his army. He's just going to get flattened by this. Yeah. And keep macroing. Keep macroing archers. And yeah, oh god, the steamrolling. He's got... The repeater crossbows are doing some cool damage, but they're lightly armored. And, you know, we're going to be able to run over his army here, for sure. And, like, there's no way he's getting past his keep. Not with just one trebuchet. He would need a couple. All right, we get another treb here. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep the palace guard coming out. All right, looks fine. Yeah, that's definitely a big victory for us. GG, well played. All right, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. That is the dreaded Chinese Nest of Bees strategy. It was a mirror match. He went with a little bit more early presence, but I think our archers punished. We went with the Sacred Victory, and in the end, it worked out well. I really do like this faction. I feel like they're fun. Definitely like their playstyle. Weak early game, though. You really got to watch out. When you're playing against England, I feel like England is probably the hardest counter to China in the current meta, of course, of the 4 factions we have. At launch, we are going to be getting a handful of factions, which will be very, very exciting. But yeah, we'll go ahead and break down the score. If you guys haven't seen the overview and all that, we will look at this. So you can see the timeline. It does show, you know, when the battles take place. And, you know, in terms of just overall, I think this is unit count. Our armies were actually relatively similar in size throughout the battle, but that doesn't speak to quality because he had spears, I had palace guard. You know, I had veteran archers, he had basic archers. You can see villager count. I did have a higher villager count. I didn't even expand. I should have built a second town hall. That was a little bit newbie of me. But it's pretty cool. You can see the overall score and, you know, lots of neat stuff. And they have some cool analytics, overview, progression. Let's see if this actually works here. The match history must be verified. Oh, I think that's for like, yeah, other things. So yeah, you can see the different scores and all that. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know if there's any feedback pertaining to the audio. I had to mute the basic effect sound really low, so you might have only been hearing the speech instead of the cannon fire and the swords clashing, because currently when you click on the town halls, which you have to do nonstop to produce workers, it's really loud, it's really obtrusive and super annoying, and I don't want to put you guys through that suffering any more than I have to. The sound was on in a very minor way, but overall, yeah. Well, anyways, well played to my opponent, Mr. Jamis here. We'll see you guys next time. I'm going to be doing a ton of these replays. And the beta is only a couple days, but I'm going to try and stockpile these bad boys so you guys have some Age of Empires action for weeks to come. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time, and take care of yourselves.